In 2022, the highest honor in the scientific world, the Nobel Prize in Physics, was awarded to 3 men for mathematically proving a concept that Albert Einstein went to his grave completely refusing to accept. Einstein, arguably the greatest mind of the 20th century, looked at the mathematics of this specific phenomenon and famously dismissed it as spooky action at a distance. He hated it because it completely broke his rules regarding the speed of light, and it shattered the very foundation of how we perceive physical space. But the experiment conducted by those Nobel laureates undeniably proved that Einstein was wrong, and in doing so, they officially declared that the universe is not locally real. When I first read the declassified reports from this Nobel-winning research, I was absolutely stunned by the implications for aerospace and deep space communication. But as I began cross-referencing this bleeding-edge quantum mechanics with ancient Sanskrit astrophysics, the true weight of this discovery hit me. The modern scientific community is currently celebrating a breakthrough that the ancient sages of India had explicitly codified, mathematically mapped and spiritualized over 5,000 years ago. Today, we are going to bypass the elementary science and look strictly at the uncompromising physics of the unified field and how the ancient, flawless framework of Advaita Vedanta holds the exact blueprint to the greatest mystery in modern cosmology. To understand why this Nobel Prize fundamentally broke modern physics, you have to understand a concept called quantum entanglement and the absolute death of local realism. For centuries, classical physics operated under a very logical, common-sense assumption. If two objects are separated by vast distances, they are entirely independent of one another. If you have a physical object on Earth and another object on the opposite side of the observable universe, what happens to one cannot possibly affect the other instantly. The fastest that information can travel is the speed of light, which acts as the ultimate cosmic speed limit. This is local realism, but quantum entanglement completely obliterates this assumption. When physicists take 2 subatomic particles, like photons or electrons, and entangle them in a laboratory, they become inexorably linked. If you take one of those entangled particles and leave it in a laboratory in New York, and you transport the other particle millions of light years away to the Andromeda galaxy, something physically impossible happens. The absolute moment you change the spin or the state of the particle in New York, the particle in Andromeda instantly, simultaneously changes its state to match. There is no delay. There is no travel time. The information does not cross the vast expanse of space at the speed of light. It happens at the exact same moment. The 2022 Nobel laureates, Alan Aspect, John Clauser, and Anton Zeilinger, utilize complex Bell inequalities, a mathematical theorem developed by physicist John Stuart Bell, to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that this instantaneous connection is real. They rigorously tested this in completely isolated environments, permanently shutting down any counter-arguments. They proved that the universe is not locally real. Distance, space, and the separation between physical objects are essentially biological illusions. At a subatomic fundamental level, the entire cosmos operates as one single, instantly connected, undivided organism. There is no empty space. There is only a continuous, unified field of energy. Now take a massive step back from the multi-billion-dollar particle accelerators and modern aerospace laboratories, and look at the pristine observatories of ancient India. Modern academic historians often try to reduce ancient Eastern philosophies to primitive poetry or abstract mysticism. But when you look at the foundational texts of Sanatana Dharma, specifically through the precise lens of theoretical physics, you uncover an epistemological framework so exact that it perfectly mirrors this Nobel-winning science. The ancient Rishis formulated a system of absolute reality known as Advaita Vedanta, heavily refined and systematized by the legendary 8th century philosopher Adi Shankaracharya. The word Advaita translates flawlessly and literally to non-duality, or not two. The absolute core, uncompromising thesis of Advaita Vedanta is that the perception of separation, the idea that you are a distinct, isolated entity separated from the stars, the planets, and the rest of humanity by physical space, is a profound flaw in the human sensory processor. The ancient sages codified this in the Chandogya Upanishad with the profound Mahavakya, or great saying, Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma, which translates directly to all of this is indeed Brahman. They defined Brahman not as a personified deity sitting in the clouds, but as the infinite, unchanging, unified field of absolute consciousness and reality that permeates and constitutes every single particle in existence. Thousands of years before Albert Einstein struggled with spooky action at a distance, the Vedic scholars were completely comfortable with the concept of instantaneous cosmic connection. They mathematically and philosophically deduced that because everything is simply a localized vibration of one singular unbroken field, the concept of distance is completely irrelevant. You cannot have distance between two objects if fundamentally there is only one object in existence. This leads us directly to the most staggering, mind-bending fact regarding human existence and the future of deep physics. The aerospace industry and theoretical physicists are currently frantically trying to understand the unified field theory, the idea that gravity, electromagnetism, and nuclear forces are all just different expressions of one underlying cosmic force. They are searching for the master code of the universe. Yet the ancient Indian astrophysicists had already explicitly documented this master code. They understood that the physical density of matter, the expanse of time, and the vast distances of outer space are merely the interface of the human biological machine. Your brain and your sensory organs evolved to process reality in a fragmented three-dimensional format, strictly so that you could navigate the physical terrain, locate resources, and ensure biological survival. Your eyes only see a tiny fraction of the electromagnetic spectrum. Your biology is fundamentally a localized survival tool, not an objective truth-telling device. But the absolute truth, verified by the 2022 Nobel Prize and the ancient Upanishads, is that your biological interface is hiding the true nature of reality from you. At the foundational layer of quantum mechanics, you are not separated from the edge of the universe by billions of light years. You are fundamentally entangled with it. Every atom in your biological vessel was forged in the heart of ancient stellar explosions. And because the universe is not locally real, the energetic signature of your existence is permanently and instantaneously connected to the furthest reaches of the cosmos. The ancient ascetics did not need orbital telescopes or quantum computers to verify this. They utilized the supreme, highly tuned instrument of deep cognitive focus and meditation to quiet the noisy, dualistic biological processor. By shutting down the illusion of separation, they directly experienced the unified field. They achieved a state where the observer and the observed collapsed into a single point of infinite data. They recognized that the famous Vedic declaration, Aham Brahmasmi, I am the infinite reality, was not an ego-driven metaphor, but a statement of hard, uncompromising quantum mechanics. They realized that to reach the edge of the universe, you do not need to build a faster rocket. You only need to turn your awareness inward to the unified field that connects everything. We live in a modern society that profits heavily off the illusion of separation. We are constantly divided, isolated, and conditioned to believe we are tiny, insignificant specks of dust in a cold, dead, disconnected universe. But the flawless mathematics of modern quantum entanglement and the profound eternal science of Advaita Vedanta completely shatter that narrative. You are a localized, highly advanced focal point of a singular, instantly connected cosmic organism. If this deep, uncompromising integration of the unified field, quantum mechanics, and the undeniable brilliance of ancient Indian science has fundamentally shifted your understanding of the universe, I need you to take action immediately. The algorithms governing this platform are explicitly designed to suppress this exact type of dense, historically accurate, reality-altering synthesis. We have a shared, critical responsibility to push this undeniable truth into the global digital ecosystem. I need you to smash the like button right now. That single deliberate action tells the system that this elite level of scientific and historical truth demands global visibility. Go directly into the comments section right now and tell me exactly what you think. Does knowing that the universe is not locally real change how you view your physical existence? Does it shift your perspective on the genius of the ancient Indian sages? I genuinely read every single comment to connect with the minds truly absorbing this information. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel with the notification bell fully activated so you never miss our next uncompromising deep dive into the true architecture of human reality. Keep your mind razor sharp, question the illusion of separation, honor the profound scientific legacy of our ancestors, and I will see you in the next one.